upon a misted midnight prayer under floodlights dimly fostered. He tightened his trembling grip on the microphone, gripped it like a borrowed altar. Bulacan, below, grew darker. Map of rivers drowning faster. Mercy, murmured the lips of a plunderer. Pastor, senator, impostor. From the floor there came a scratching. Secret talons, secret knocking. Seeping lips of water kissed his shoes like debt coming for due and proper. Cold and intimate, the summons. Old and intimate, the offer. Come to me, the puddle whispered. Pastor, senator, impostor. Blueprints, ledgers, lists and ledgers, ink that curdles into ledgered rivers dammed by rubber stamps that never reach the delta's border, smiling photos, staged and stainless, yet the silence turns into an informer. Count the blessings, count the scheme. Pastor, senator, impostor, see the portrait's holy poses, tide arise within their roses. Henry, Bryce Hernandez, muddy mouths along the margins writhe like estuaries water. Hands beneath the varnished surface beckon, begging order, justice. The crimes are humming. Pastor, senator, impostor. Numbers toll like chapel bells. 25 to 30%. And envelopes that breathe like fishes gasp beneath the lamplight's fervor. Routes and rest houses remembered. Bones of sums grow tall, grow colder. Count the current, count the cut, chance the scum. Pastor, senator, impostor. Footprints, wet and widening, ladder up the marble's quarter. Paper gills within the packet flutter, throb and throb in order. Every figure's spoken of, footsteps answer. Nearer, nearer echo answers. 30% more, asks the pastor, senator, impostor, thunder. A choir of faithful faces, lifted hands, like wavering torches shout. My principles are not for sale, proclaims the polished orator. Hypocrite. While the JIL crowd is made buoyant by the blessing, clouds made light by salted ardor. Amen. Foams the sea of foes. Good on you, pastor, senator, impostor. At the edge of the stage, a child, a shadow, waves, while drowning in a puddle. The tongue of rain creeps up the flagstones, seeking wire, cable, border, and justice. Do not drown us with your greed. Whispers from the speaker's mortar, voice unhuman, low, imploring. Pastor, Senator, Impostor. When he prays, the front row pales, helms and glasses, shawls of mother's bloom like ghosts upon their faces, overlays of grief and labor. Is this a setup? Asks his shadow. Absurd, replies its darker author. He debates with his reflection. Pastor, senator, impostor, prints around his polished toes, turn claw to man, then man to monster. Mud makes beads of widowed breath, prayerful talons fold in posture. Every sorry births a bubble, rises, pops, and sinks to gutter benedictions made of bile. Pastor, senator, impostor, the flood walls' completion were wavered, found, remembered, windshield veins with driving water, sack shapes, flicker at the footwell, phantom weights of dripping barter. Conscience, if it were light, would float, but heaviness prefers the river. Follow the water leading into the 20th Congress. Follow the whisper. Pastor, senator, impostor. The rear glass mirror reveals a second passenger. Rain-slick grin and patient-postured doppelganger, pointing out the window panes, the sights that were not enough to keep the flood out. Turn again. The twin entreats him toward the works that never were there. Ghosts of ghost projects. Pastor, senator, impostor. Stamps descend like little verdicts. Graft, malversation, colder, old dismissal, inked and heavy, paper stones that sink like anchor. When the chamber laughed it off, the laughing stained the nation's water. Jokes that drown, not cleanse. The silt, pastor, senator, impostor, under drawers. Receipts like petals slip and drift in secret order. Rubber mallets thud like hulls, struck hard by waves that grow in anger. Cabinets exhale a tide of archived lies that swell, then falter. Hear the stamping, hear the slamming. Pastor, senator, impostor, on a sterile morning. He opens a folder. It says, MR granted, hush unbroken. Whispers claim it wasn't a secret, yet the silence rends us over. When the altar masks the office, when confession cloaks the chamber, truth is gutted, veiled, inverted, right? Ah, pastor, senator, impostor. From the ceiling letters lengthen, weeping syllables of water. Give back what you stole from us, the attic writes in dripping rigorous anger. Watery hands turn watery pages, reading sins to their collector, every rivulet a witness. Pastor, senator, impostor, backroom chapel, hands upon him to throw him. Prayers slice silence into slivers, vines of rumor, fathers murmur, climb the wall and braid together. Pins on Bulacan's relief map bloom like eyes along the river. Saintly murmurs feed the mire. Pastor, senator, impostor. Under his schemes, his conscience is drumming. Thunder tubs of floods forewarning. Pins go hopping, stream to estuary. Watchful pupils open wider. Every tributary staring. Every eddy bears his number. Cleric, lawman, double-faced. Pastor, senator, impostor. A phone-lit sea of people becomes his plastic heaven. The teleprompter reads, "Truth shall set me free," claims the mouthpiece. Generators cough and falter. The dead haunt beneath the platform. Per month, winds grow black and bitter. Smoke and sermon share one engine. Pastor, senator, impostor. From the last row, a figure rises. It reeks of mud and asphalt, steel and ledger. The morphling, the water bearer, its smile audits, its eyes like eddies, glaring slow as murder, up the aisle. The debt is walking, bringing frankincense, oil and iron, prayer and payment. Pastor, senator, impostor. Lights dissolve to water. Audience becomes the fodder. Open mouths and reaching hands beneath a blare of flame and thunder. Crossfades make him saint and bookman. Tither, taker, slick impostor. Every amen bursts like a bubble. Pastor, senator, impostor. Highlights crawl on blurred exchanges. I need more allocation, he demands, while huge blocks of budget are missing. Flood walls failing. The tears grow longer. Finger, wet, rewrites the margin. Short in funds, grows long as a specter. Paper heat curls back to cinders. Pastor, senator, impostor. Your court, your cathedral is naive and lacks conscience. It delivers only smoke as the verdict. The real names of sinners fade under the words of the great actor. Law is mirror, soul is lantern. Read the script that will not alter. Graft, malversation, falling ashes. Pastor, senator, impostor. From the ceiling where clouds are married to the pleading, down she crawls. The mourning mother she whispers, shrieks, then whispers, "My child is dead. The flood took her." Papers rustle like a nursery that the tide has rendered to death. Grief repeats. It repeats its thunder. Pastor, senator, impostor. Shadow loosens from his body. Doubles, paces, keeps his measure. Half of pulpit, half of plenary. half of press, an expert pretender, camera's halo duplicity. Monsters are born from bright lights. His confession is lit, but his denial is darker. Pastor, senator, impostor. Stage becomes a sloughing shoreline. The cross half sunk, yet keeps its fervor. Flood control projects. Whispers. Scenes leak thin symbolic color. The stones he steps on. Names and cases tilt and drown beneath the water. Choirs of silt intone repayment. Pastor, senator, impostor. Round and round the camera circles. Witness, mother, worker, builder burning, flooding, morphing faces. Bible, folder, both grow wetter. I can look all of you in the eye. He murmurs, we don't have any flood control projects. Yet the years hiss back their answer. 2016's laugh still echoes. Pastor, senator, impostor, hell incarnate. The heavens type, with dates like nails in a wooden coffer. Plunder, dismissal, quiet reversal, flood control, time and truth, testimonies further. Joel, you stole quietly in the night, but the morning will always ask for justice. Mud, murk, and your prayer wrought together. Treachery and avarice cling to your name forever. Pastor, senator, impostor,